again, I'm Mike, and welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. And today I'm going to be doing, I think it's August. I don't think I'm caught up except for the bandsaw box. But this month that I'm doing is a challenge for the YouTube Cross Channel Challenge 2021. It's put out by Rav at Second Life for Wood Turning, and he says for us to do a tower. He said it could be anything, so I'm gonna make a lighthouse because that's all I could think of really. A lot of the other towers that I wanted to do were pretty complicated, and I would love to do those, but I don't get a lot of time out here. And this morning when I've been trying to do this, I've been getting phone calls and emails. And anyway, enough whining. I'm gonna do a and another text. So I'm gonna do a lighthouse out of this piece of cedar. So I'm hoping it turns out like I want. I've got some little LED lights that I'll show you in just a second what I'm gonna do with those. And so enough yapping, let's get to turning. Okay, for the light part, I found this little, it's not a shot glass, it used to be a candle, and the candle was almost done, so I cleaned all the wax out, and I'm going to use these little LED strip lights, and I'm going to put them in here with some clear resin. I was just going to do the resin in these and then turn it, but I didn't want the wires be spinning while I'm turning the resin, so I'm gonna, if I don't break it first, I'm going to put the resin in here and hopefully it'll come out clear enough. Alright, so I put some tape around this just so I could fill a little bit over the edge with the resin, so when I put it in the pressure pot, it compresses the bubbles, the level kind of lowers, so I don't want it to lower too far and there'd be a gap there. So put the tape there, plus there's another reason you'll see here in a second. Well, I can get these down in there. I'm gonna close it around so it'll hold this in the middle, if that makes sense. My wife texting. Wife texting, work emails, personal emails. Can't get a break. Oh, there we go. Maybe that'll hold. Alright, so I don't know. Might look okay with the bubbles. Nah, I think I'm gonna make it clear. I'll put it in a pressure pot. Well, I guess it wasn't even recording where I turned this down, turned the 10 and put it on here. Sorry, amateur mistake. Would like to promise it wouldn't happen again, but we'll see. Okay, I sanded this up to 400, I believe, and I'm gonna put some denatured alcohol on it. It's gonna be the roof, obviously. So I'm gonna clean it off, and I'm gonna start putting some oil on there. See how it looks. Not sure what kind I'm gonna use yet, but alright, actually before I do the oil, I'm gonna use some Abrasive sanding paste. Smooth it out a little bit. Shine her up some. I'm gonna have to get it out of these holes, but that's okay. Alright, I put one coat of tongue oil in there. It's pretty much dry. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. I'm going to coat it and put another coat on it and set it aside so I can finish the rest of it. So. Now I'm going to finish shaping this part. Shouldn't be too hard. Famous last words. Alright, I got it pretty much the size and shape I want. I was going to cut like some lines and make some stripes like a lot of lighthouses have, and this is just, I'm afraid this is too pretty. I don't know, I'm going to see what it looks like after I've sanded it up and do a little bit of finishing on it. But I don't know, I think I'm just going to leave it natural like this. We'll see. Alright, I've sanded to 400. Just like last time, I'm going to try some, well, I'm going to put some denatured alcohol on it. Clean it off. Wow. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm probably just going to leave that natural. Alright, well, I sanded this to 400. I'm going to put some sanding sealer on there. A couple coats, and then I'll do the Abrasive paste. I think I forgot the sanding sealer on the lid. But it turned out pretty, so we'll see what the difference is. Alright, I'm going to do a couple coats of that, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, I got 2 coats of sanding sealer on there after I sanded to 400. Now we're going to put on some Abrasive sanding paste. I'm a big fan. So before, I'd have problems about with Cedar turning brown using these pastes because I was getting it too hot. I would just hold it the whole time and just keep sanding, or with the polishing phase just keep polishing, and it would get too hot and turn it brown. It wouldn't stay red. So I saw somebody else, I don't remember who it was, they were talking about using pastes in general. So do one pass, let it cool off, and just keep doing that. It takes longer, but you keep the color. So it seems to have worked this time, and that's just did a good job. Alright, now I'm going to drill the hole down through there so I can pass the little push button control thing for the lights. Alright, that's all for that side. I'll have to turn it around and drill the bottom somehow. Get a longer bit. Alright, I don't like how this top came out. I just don't like that at all. So I'm going to use this piece of cedar and make a new one. So I'm going to make a small tenon over here so I can turn it around and make a mortise for the light part to fit in. Turn it back around and then shape it. If that makes sense. It will in a minute if it doesn't. I'm doing as much shaping as I can while it's on the tenon because this mortise is pretty shallow. I don't want to put too much stress on it and it fly out or break. But already I'm liking this much better than the last one. If you saw all the shavings flying that way, it's because I got a fan. It's hot. So I'm going to finish this bottom and I'm going to turn it around and finish this one up. Alright, I've sanded this up to 400 and now I'm going to use the axe abrasive sanding paste on it just like the rest of it. Because once I get it turned around, that'd be all I can do on this part of it. So oh, you know what? I'm gonna do the sanding sealer. So let me clean this off and I'll do that and then do it right. Alright, so I'm gonna put some sanding sealer on it. Yeah, I know some of y'all noticed that. Why didn't you say anything? Where were you when I needed you? Okay, I put 2 coats of sanding sealer on there. Let's try this again. I cut these rings in it so the epoxy for the glass piece will hold better, hopefully. So now I'm just digging out the paste. Alright, so let's finish shaping this top. Alright, I'm gonna sand this just like I did the rest, 100 up to 400. And hopefully I don't forget to put the sanding sealer on first this time. Alright, I'm gonna put a few coats of sanding sealer on here, and then I'll do the Axe abrasive paste again. I'm not gonna make you sit or fast forward through all that again. It's just the same thing as the bottom, so I'll bring you back after that. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. That shine looks pretty good. So let's get this apart. And finish the assembly. Okay, well, this didn't really turn out like I expected. I guess I sealed off the tape and it kind of sucked it in on the resin whenever I put it in the pressure pot. And there's a big crack in there too. I hadn't planned on that. I don't know if it's coming through or not on the camera, but there's a big, I don't know if it's a bubble or what, but I don't know, still looks pretty neat, I think. And when I hollowed out the inside of, I'm getting out of camera, sorry. When I hollowed out the inside of the main body of it, I allowed for it to sink down past this, so hopefully that will be hidden. I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it now because, like I said, this is glass, so frustrating, but we'll see how it looks. I'm gonna put this on the bandsaw, see if I can cut this down without cutting the wire. So yeah, there's that. Alright, well, here it is. Pretty happy with it. You can see it's not secured. I was gonna drill all the way down and have the button in the battery compartment and a larger hole in the bottom, so you could just lift it up and change the batteries or turn it on and off or whatever, but my drills aren't long enough, and if I get an extension, then my lathe is not long enough, and my drill press is obviously not tall enough. So this is my answer. I just zip tied the wires to that. Just turn it on, drop that down in there, and then set that on, and we're good to go. I would like for that to be secured, but it's gonna be sitting somewhere anyway, I'm sure, not moving around, so it'll be fine. Make a decent little nightlight maybe. So just to recap, I redid the top, the roof, because I didn't like how the other one looked, and this little glass with the resin and the lights in it, I epoxied to the top, the bottom of the top, and then I drilled down far enough for all the wires and everything to fit. I sanded this to 600 and used Axe abrasive paste, and I put tung oil on the bottom down here. I put it on here too, but you can't tell it because I use a sanding sealer. And on the bottom, take this off so it doesn't fall off. On the bottom, I just used sanding sealer. I started to use tung oil so it would match that, but I didn't know how long that was going to take, and also if it's sitting on a shelf, if things get spilled, then I thought maybe the sanding sealer would seal it better for longer. But anyway, that is it. Let me know what you think. If you stuck through it this far, as always, like I always say, thank you for your support. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. If you've been around a while, I really appreciate you sticking through there with me. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for stopping by and for supporting me. I appreciate it more than you know. I know my beautiful face doesn't let on a whole lot, but inside I'm pretty ecstatic. So that being said, appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day, have a blessed day, stay safe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.